Hey, it's Delusion Dispeller. Sorry about the really weird lighting, but I read something this morning that validates what I said on my recent video about the fact that I do not think we were told everything of what happened with the Watts girls and Shanann. And I'm going to let you know just a little bit, very quickly, that there was a letter written by Chris's mother, regardless of what I think of her or her family, the narcissism that is very blatant in the way she talks about murders while she's smirking. Regardless of that, I want to say that she tried to write to the courts and make sure that Chris's original thing that he said, that he was not the one that perpetrated the crime, was for sure what was going to be upheld, or did Chris really want this plea deal that they gave him to say, oh no, I did it, when something else was really the case. Now, people are going to say, yeah, but there was that report and blah, blah, blah. I don't know anything about all that legal stuff. I'm not the brightest bulb on the tree when it comes to legalities. All I know is I have sensed from the beginning that something is really quirky and off about the whole case. Now, why don't I talk about other cases? Because they didn't do them this way. They didn't film them from behind when they did the interrogations. They didn't leave us guessing through the whole court case of all the other cases, even ones that were similar to this one. Why this one? I really don't know. Maybe it had something to do with Lavelle, the company that put out Thrive. I have no idea. All I know is Cindy Watts, Chris Watts' mom, tried to reach Chris before the trial because she had heard that he said somebody else was the one that did what happened, and she was denied by the courts. And when she tried to question Chris about it, they told her, quote unquote, other than the expletive, do not ask him that or we will shut this down now. That's what they told her in the courts. So she wasn't even allowed to ask him what his original plea was. Not that she wasn't asking him what it was. She wasn't allowed to ask him, Chris, are you sure you want to take the plea bargain and not go through the trial? Are you sure you don't want him to, voice the evidence? Are you sure? She couldn't even do that because the dang court stepped in and said, no, don't ask him this, or we're going to shut this blank down now. And they actually used a cuss word there, by the way. It's in quotes. So, what does that tell me? It tells me that I'm validated. Simply that. That there may be more to this than what was told us. That maybe what we heard and read and saw is not quite the way it went. So, people want to know why I'm over with Miss Mensa and why I said I agree with a lot of what she says could be the case or could have been the case. Now you know. You can love me, you can hate me, you can unsub. I really don't care, because honestly, if you unsub me by giving my opinion based on what I've read and based on my perception of what I read, I don't really need your subscription. People that are subbed to me are comfortable with other people's perceptions and opinions. If this causes you to unsub from me, then go find somebody that you're comfortable with. I wouldn't want you to stay with me if you don't agree. Not if you don't agree with my opinion, but if you can't accept the fact that this is how I see this, and that possibly down the line, what I'm saying is really going to come to light. Possibly what Miss Mensa has said, not all of it, but a lot of the things that she has talked about regarding when the people were alive that possibly went on. We already know Baby Wise is very controversial. When I read what Baby Wise was, I was furious. We'll just say that. That's the method she used to get her children to sleep. We've already seen controversial pictures of the girls sleeping in positions where they can't breathe because things are over their face. I mean, what more do you need to suspect that maybe there is more to the story? I don't need a whole lot more to convince me. And maybe I'm off. Maybe this is totally, oh, no, it's all Chris. You know, you're wrong. How dare you? Whatever you want to think about me, I don't care. And people get mad because people are still talking about the case. You know why I'm still talking about the case? Because I feel like I've been lied to, and I don't appreciate lies. Especially in something so crucial as 3 people losing their lives. I'm not a whodunit person, but honestly, this case has gotten everybody to the point where we can't let it go. Because something's off. And I think everybody senses that. Even the people that are like, oh no, Chris did it all. Or maybe Chris and NK did it. Who knows? The point is, something's not right. We're not being told everything. That's the stance I'm taking. That we were never told everything from the beginning. And there's some kind of conspiracy thing and reason why. So all of you that are like, oh, you're talking bad of a dead woman. Don't put down Shanann. All I'm saying is we're missing some pieces here. We've been missing some pieces. The whole way this was handled was quirky and weird, and not the typical way you handle a murder case. And believe me, I've watched many of them, because I used to do that as a hobby. I would sit and watch, like, oh, what is it called? You know, when they have those murder trials on Dateline and all that stuff. I used to watch all that stuff. I used to watch Lifetime Movie Network. I know that's not all real, but some of it was. So I'm not totally dumb on things, but I do know I have never, ever seen an interrogation filmed from behind somebody's head. Ever. Nor have I ever seen anybody prosecuting act like somebody's buddy to the extent that they did in the Chris Watts trial. Something's off. I'm telling you, something's off. I've been saying it for a long time. And I have a feeling at some point more is going to come out about this that we weren't told. That's all I'm saying.